Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a very late part 45 of Let's Play Pillars of Eternity 2. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the reason it's late is because daylight saving time just literally smacked me in the gob. So that's lovely. Now, I actually don't remember what fucking mission we were doing. You can give a shit about that. Don't give a shit about that. Could go do that. Could go do that. I actually don't remember what the fuck we were doing. I think we were doing this. First things first, I'll go to Sacred Star and go to the Temple of God and do Adia's mission. No reason why not. We still need to go do the stuff in the gullet as well. I think it's you in it. This woman's uneasing smile and direct, violating gaze give the strong impression of someone selling something.
Light of Aethys be upon you.
Burn said you could tell us about the twist artisans of the lighted path.
Your friend guided you truly. Gadarian Bosch has honored me with the duty of helping his message reach all of the faithful. We answer the shining God's call. He shows us the way and we march in his wake. Already the Vanguard prepares to make its journey, with more soon to follow.
How would you join up with Aethys? Chase him in a boat?
Yes, in fact. We will follow him along the lighted path.
Tried to ruin the joke.
When the time is right, he will welcome our souls into his legion. Gadarian Bosch has seen it.
Just your souls, then? Not your bodies?
Who are the Vanguard?
Gadarian Bosch leads the Vanguard. They are the most righteous of the partisans. They will be the first to join the ranks of Aethys, the first to charge at his call.
Adir leans in towards you.
Baron said something about the Vanguard. You don't think he's that dumb, do you?
Ogaine's eyes shift momentarily to Adir, then back to you. She says nothing, merely re-raising her smile. Do you have a list of people in the Vanguard? We want to see if our friend is among them.
The Vanguard know their own, and Gadarian Bosch knows them. Beyond that, we keep such information private.
Adir turns his head away to hide a look of exasperation. But then it shifts, his eyes suddenly hopeful. He looks back to Ogne.
They know their own. What do you think they'd say to a couple new members? Can we be in the Vanguard too?
I'm afraid you cannot. The Vanguard is reserved for the most faithful among us. You have not even joined the partisans.
There must be something we can do to change your mind.
It is no longer in my power to help you into the Vanguard. We would still welcome you as a partisan.
Listen, we didn't come for that. There's somebody in the Vanguard that doesn't belong there. He's young and he lost his mother. He's not thinking real well. We just want to get him back home. Can you tell us where they'd be?
Your friend has embraced the call of his God. He is of rare faith to have requested entry into our Vanguard. Perhaps he is not the one in need of saving.
Adir rakes a hand down over his face as though to forcibly keep him composed. He looks at you.
This is going nowhere. Come on, let's get out of here. I'll think of something.
Farewell then. She nods, her expression no different than it was when you arrived. Was there any other reason I needed to be here? I feel like there was, but I don't remember it. Well, let's check. So, all aboard. Gullet. Luminous Bathhouse. We'll go there. Wait, what quest is that? Okay, so let's go see Erdine in the Loomis. Let's go to the Loomis bathhouse, because I don't think I've actually met the person that I'm meant to be meeting. Or I could have met there, would be more accurate. Let's get ourselves over there. Pariki's overview. I'm leaving this bathhouse. Let's go. A familiar voice calls out to you. Does it have to?
Hold a moment. You asked about joining the Vanguard. I may have misspoken before. There may yet be a way for you to join them. In good conscience, the partisans cannot allow faithless outsiders to try and corrupt our members. Therefore, it is better we do not permit you to leave at all. Say a prayer to the Shining God, and you may be a part of his Vanguard yet.
Oh, that was a fucking shit choice, Glove.
Here we go.
Right, let's
This thing isn't doing the
fuck
job.
these partisans up, because apparently you guys wanted to make a horrible choice. And honestly, I'm not one to stop people making horrible choices. I'm just gonna kill you if you make a horrible choice.
Here, catch. Another for the
I'm not the nicest of people.
next time.
So apparently I miss more often than I fucking hit. I'm using sword and shield and I still fucking miss more than I before.
Right on target. Watch mine.
That's not very helpful.
Oh, there we go. Cunts are dead.
Oh, I hope you know what you're doing.
Ah, I'm guessing it's because that spell's there, active. Oh, fuck, that bitch was still alive? What the fuck?
I had a hunch they might be idiots. Just didn't know how big. Baron, he's gonna be getting on that ship from what it sounded like.
Crumpled itinerary. Again, of the partisans of the lighted path had been carrying these documents on a person. One page appears to be a shipping itinerary with a list of ports and dates. Hasongo and Nekataka are the last two ports listed. If the dates are correct, the ship would most recently have arrived in Nekataka. However, the itinerary does not specify a departure date for the entry. There is no telling if the ship has left port yet. The second page is a list of names. Byrne does not appear on it, about halfway down with no surname listed. Oh, Byrne does appear on it, sorry, with halfway down with no surname listed. There's also a cargo list noting which cargoes to be picked up at each port. Food and drink amount for most of the items to be being loaded in Nekataka. But one item stands apart as having no obvious place among them. A venom, a Deeran tree viper. Its quantity is listed as terms of files and calls for several dozen. Finally, there is a map that appears to have charted places where Aophis has been sighted in the islands. A line has been drawn that connects the ports. It projects a course northward beyond his most recent appearance and a point along the trajectory that has been marked with an X. Interesting. So, we're going to be going there, aren't we? Fuck it, we're going to continue. We're just going to continue on with this quest, I think.
Stab that.
Ooh, that cunt's got some loot. No, it's a fucking heat shield. None of us use heater shields, you bastards. Can't just give me shield I fucking use, can you? That's the first time the game has stopped me, and not just brought me back to a fucking, like, another area. I'm pretty sure I could have just clicked buy ship and it would have, yeah, I could have. What the fuck am I doing? I'm adding needless time, extra time. Actually, no, I'm not. I need to figure out where the fucking ship is. That's why it doesn't matter. Sometimes I think I'm fucking dumb. It's not what I wanted to look at. Let's look at this again. I think getting over there would be this first start. Or the best place to start. We'll have to see what happens when we get there.
Woe to those who labor in the shadow, for nothing is hidden from Aethys' divine sight.
God, those people are full of shit.
We missed it. They're gonna park that thing next to Aethys and slit their own throats. I wish they'd gone ahead with it before they got Bairn involved. If we can't catch it, can you promise me we'll go right now?
Yeah, we'll go right now.
I knew there was something I liked about you.
Hey, we've been friends for ages, you cheeky cunt. Right, let's see what we can do. He's a fucking decent commander captain as well, apparently. Darian Bosch. Apparently, we're having an instant fight.
Let's get started.
Can't say I'm against that, to be honest. Partisans do fucking piss you off, don't they? I'm guessing Bosch is down, or Bosch is downstairs, being a supreme wanker.
Say your prayers.
Could have been that guy just got murdered over there.
Hey, watch my hand. Shut your foul aim.
Let's deal with this cunt.
Killed someone.
My weapons do not seem to be doing as much, like, being as awesome as I fucking hoped them to be. Stop over to great. It's fine, you know, go back to your normal weapon. Ooh, is that like a full fucking plate mail that we got there?
I'm on it. I'll see to it.
Right, let's go to below decks and see what the fuck's going on down here.
The others have drunk, Bairn. Their souls make their way to Aethys. This isn't the time for hesitation. It's the time for faith. Come. Let us show him together.
The man uncorks a vial hanging from his neck filled with viscous fluid of earthy red. He raises it and waits. With an unsteady hand, Bairn uncorks an identical vial hanging from his own neck.
No, kid!
Idiot has stepped forward, his palms outstretched. Berlin nearly drops the vial. He catches awkward hold of it between his forefingers, his gaze drifting up to a deer. He stares with dull eyes as if trying to place him.
What is this? You aren't one of my flock. How did you get here?
A deer ignores Bosch, keeping careful eye contact with Bairn.
Lower that. Let's talk.
Bairn waits, the vial now clutched in one hand at chest height. You don't have to do this.
You've got a lot to live for.
I would be alone in this world, were it not for the light of Aethys.
Bairn stares down at the liquid in the vial, watching it lap against the sides with the trembling of his hand. He draws it above his shoulders, held out before him.
What is faith if it isn't tested? These people are willed here by Aethys to challenge you. Make him proud.
I will make him proud.
It sounds almost like a recitation. Idir's mouth is open, but he has no answer. He looks to you, desperation in his eyes. Listen, the gods aren't really gods. They were built from the souls of ancient Kith. You have to believe me.
I know that's a lot to take in. And maybe harder to believe than anything your cult leader is saying.
Yes, it is.
Byrne draws the vial up within an inch of his mouth.
Aethys has come just as I said he would. There will be no other chances.
Adair fumes at Bosch, his hand drifting toward his
He
weapon.
must be in need to reach out to us.
Effigy's eyes, kid. You think your tiny soul's gonna change his fate?
As a watcher, I will pin your soul to the floor. You will never reach Aethys.
And we'll smack it around a while too, on behalf of your mother.
You'd keep me from my destiny? Out of spite?
Byrne stares down at the liquid in the vial, watching it lapping at his sides with trembling of his hand. He draws it above his shoulder to help before him.
History doesn't look kindly on deserters, Bairn. Nor will your god.
Hard to blame his deserters. They got to live. Meanwhile, his last vanguard got burned right out of the world, bones and all.
I've come this far. How could I be forgiven for failing him now?
Yeah, commanders who order their troops to die for their own glory deserve no loyalty.
Aethys doesn't deserve your life, or even your crazy leaders. Not until he starts making some sense.
I never figured I was worthy of receiving his explanation.
He holds the vial at chest level and looks prepared now to drink it nor drop it.
It's now or never, Bairn. Will you abandon your god, or will you come to his aid?
Adair looks to your group.
Come on, say something.
Adair's right.
He takes a deep breath and glances to you. He looks as if he can't believe he just said that.
Who exactly demands this sacrifice, Bairn? Aethys or him?
He stares at Guderian with naked contempt.
Beware of men who claim the authority of the gods. They often have little care for mortals.
Listen to me. You gotta listen, kid. Bairn, during the Saints' War, me and my brother, we had a choice to make. It was just like this. We saw it different, he and I. He chose our god. I didn't. I'll never see him again. And I don't know where his soul is now. But I don't think Aethys was around to save it. You're gonna stay here. There's better ways to serve your god. You can build something in his honor. Like I did. A town, a temple, a good life. Maybe not a statue.
Byrne's expression shifts suddenly. He looks like someone who's been slapped hard across the face. His fingers relax and the vial clatters to the ground, splattering the deck with what might easily be mistaken for a gruesome bloodstain.
Aethys, forgive me.
Adair takes what sounds like his first breath in a while. His fingers trace over his mouth and beard in a rhythm of reassurance.
As you wish, then. Abandon your god. For betrayal there can be no forgiveness. You will receive not his mercy, but his justice.
There's no fate that can't be cheated.
Don't you got somewhere you need to be, Bosch? If you're having second thoughts, I can help you follow through.
Not a one.
Bosch smiles and raises his vial toward Adair in toast. He downs the fluid in a single gulp.
The shining god will light the way.
He barely gets a sentence out before the first spasms rack his frame. A reddish froth bubbles from his lips and he collapses to the floor, flopping and aching like a netted fish. In one final, rigid convulsion, his breath stops and his body settles heavily on the deck in an unnatural pose.
Think he's alright? He looks a little seasick.
Yeah, too bad religious fanatics don't often carry much in the way of valuables. Byrne stares silently at Guderian Bosch. Subtle spittle bubbles on the lips of the corpse are still popping.
That would have been me. If I were stronger, it would have been me.
Lucky you weren't stronger then. The gods might have rights to our souls, but they got no right to our lives. Seems to me they'll take from you whatever's not nailed down if you let them.
I could devote my entire life to Aethys, and it would never redeem this.
Adair swallows and tries to say something. In the end, he just nods.
For right now, let's just get you home.
I'm not staying to a songo. That can fuck off. This wasn't part of the deal, Adair. Ah, we're going to fucking a songo, aren't we? Yep. God. Fucking damn it. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we'll do that in the next part. If you guys enjoyed, see you guys next part. See you guys then.